last video, we talked about sets and introduced an example of the set of all natural numbers that are even. In this video, we will discuss set builder notation. Here's another way to write the same set, the set of all natural numbers that are even. Now, this might seem a little concerning because maybe there are some symbols here that you haven't seen before, but let me just break down what each of these things says, and then I'm going to also explain what this whole notation means. So first off, this symbol right here specifically means is an element of, and that symbol right there, the colon, means such that. So this is called set builder notation, and what it says is that there are two components to set builder notation. First, we want to talk about what are the things that we want in this set. This says I want all the elements that are natural numbers. And so oftentimes you'll see X in and then some set here, which explains the kind of universe that we're working in. And then the second component for set builder notation is the logical condition that those elements have to meet in order to belong to the set A. And so in this case, I want all the natural numbers such that the natural number is even. And so this is all the even natural numbers. And so this right here is a condition. Now, that being said, there's a couple things I should mention. First off, some mathematicians will use a vertical bar instead of colon, and that's perfectly fine. I'm actually more used to vertical bar myself, but they both mean the same thing, such that. The second thing I should mention is that as for the natural numbers, there's a pretty even split between mathematicians about whether 0 is an element of the natural numbers. So be careful there. I define 0 to be in the natural numbers. However, there are many math professors that teach discrete math that do not think 0 should be a natural number. And so just keep in mind that if you are taking a discrete math course in college right now, make sure you stick with the notation and the definitions that your professor uses and not necessarily mine. Now, this notation is called set builder notation. It tells us how to build a set by telling us precisely the conditions that the elements must meet to gain access. And the condition is always going to be the logical statement after the colon. Reading and comprehending sets written in this way takes practice. So let's go through some examples together. Let's describe each of the following sets both in words and by listing out enough elements to see the pattern. So first, we're going to describe each of these sets with words. So I'm going to read off from left to right for each of the set builder notations here, and I'm going to use those as the words to describe what the set is saying. So here I want all of the members such that that number plus 3, or that element plus 3, is a natural number. For the second one, I want all the natural numbers such that x plus 3 is a natural number. For the third one, I want all the numbers or elements such that that element is a natural number or negative that element is a natural number. So let's list off some of these elements. Here, the smallest element that we can have in the set is -3, because -3 plus 3 is 0, which is a natural number. That satisfies that condition. And then we want all the integers above that number, -3. Now, for the second one, this is actually the same exact set. Now, why do we have two different notations to describe the same thing? Well, personally, I like that version better than that version. This version to me is sloppy. I don't like it, but it's okay. Namely, whenever you write some information about what this x is before the colon, it's not the logical condition that you have to meet. It's the universe that you're working in. It's always good to give that universe. So in this example right here, I want all the elements that are natural numbers such that, whereas in this example right here, I say I want all of the things such that, and it's just a really sloppy thing to say. And so again, it's always good to describe the universe that you're working in, which is why I prefer number 2 over number 1. I hope I explained that well. Anyways, for this last one, this is actually going to be all of the integers, and let me explain why. Every integer, if you either it's positive, negative, or 0. If it's positive, then it's a natural number, so that's satisfied. So that it belongs to the set. If it's a negative integer, then negative x is a positive integer, meaning that it's a natural number, so that's good. If it's 0, then both of these conditions are satisfied technically. And so all of the integers belong to the set. Again, I don't really like that notation just because I'm not explaining what X is a member of, what my universe is. It's always good to use to give a universe. And so in general, if you ever use set builder notation, it's going to be written like this. I want all X that's an element of blank, such that X blank, 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 something about X, a logical statement about X. This is a great way of using set builder notation. So you give a universe, maybe like U, and then X is odd or something, or X plus 1 is prime. I don't know, who knows? We get to use that logical condition however we wish. Anyways, thanks everyone, and I'll see you in the next lecture.